And at Travis Middle School, our Texas history teacher in 7th grade was a guy by the name of Coach Reeves. Dan Reeves.
Dan Reeves.
And
all
Dan
right.
Reeves was your
Sounds like a coach.
stereotypical Texas middle school, high school football coach. He used to wear the short shorts, the tucked in shirt with this big old belly hanging over. And he had some old gray curly hair, and he talked real deep voice like this. And Coach Reeves, if you're out there, I just want to say thank you for igniting my passion for Texas history.
Let's go.
From the moment I took that Texas history class to now, I haven't stopped trying to learn about history in general, but mostly Texas history. There's such a rich history in this state. And 7th grade, you've got kids who don't give a darn. And there are still, I can't believe people who say, I can't stand history. What history is
I don't
just
know who those people are.
It's the irrelevant past. Yeah. But everything that's happening now is happening for a reason. And, our history speaks to that. History repeats itself. And so I've always been fascinated by that, fascinated seeing old pictures, whether it be old pictures of Congress Avenue here in Austin or the Alamo down in San Antonio. So 7th grade, you've got your students in the class who are bored and they're falling asleep. Well, Coach Reeves, you didn't put up with that. And so as he's telling the story I'll never forget of the long siege of the Alamo, he starts talking like this, and he says, by the 12th day, the Texans were dug in pretty good. Now, the Mexicans had been blasting their cannons and keeping them up all night. Davy Crockett tried to keep the morale high by playing his violin.
His fiddle.
And his fiddle.
That's right.
Yep. And so on the 12th day of the siege, and there's a kid in the class in the back you could tell has fallen asleep, and he's got his head on his hand like that. And Coach Reeves is telling the story as he's creeping up closer to this kid's desk, and he says, on the 12th day, the Texans look up over the walls of the Alamo, and they can smell the tequila on the Mexicans' breath, and they can see their bloodshot eyes. And all of a sudden, boom, and the cannons go off, and the kid that's sleeping wakes up all of a sudden. He bangs his desk. Oh, what happened? And the Mexicans start charging. And, next thing you know, we're talking about the fall of the Alamo, March 6th, 1836.
There you go.
I was just fascinated from that point on, whether we're talking about the Yellow Rose of Texas or the Comanche Indians roaming the plains west of Interstate 35 and Fort Worth being an actual fort. And that was our last line of defense from those Comanche Indians. Quanah Parker and his affiliation into the white man's world, all the way up to more recent day and the JFK assassination. Everything.